Assalamu alaikum, dear brother and sisters. Welcome to my channel Islamic Insight, where we will explore the intricacies of Islam and the challenges of living a righteous life in today's world. Today, we're discussing a critical topic that affects us all: normalized sins. Join me as we delve into the authentic references and examine the ways in which we can protect ourselves from these subtle yet dangerous pitfalls. What is the concept of normalized sins? In today's society, certain sins have become so commonplace that we often overlook their gravity. We justify them, downplay them, or even celebrate them. But what does Islam say about these normalized sins? Let's see the dangers of normalized sins. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned us about the dangers of normalized sins. He said, "When a sin becomes normalized among people, Allah will surround them with punishment." Ibn Majah. Let's take a look at some examples of normalized sins in today's society. We'll also explore the authentic references and examine the ways in which we can avoid these sins. Example 1. Gossiping and backbiting. Gossiping and backbiting have become commonplace in our social interactions. We often engage in conversations that involve speaking ill of others, without realizing the gravity of our actions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Gossiping and backbiting are among the most serious sins." Tirmidhi. Example 2. Lying and deception. Lying and deception have become normalized in our daily lives. We often tell white lies or exaggerate the truth, without realizing the impact on our relationships and our souls. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Lying leads to sin, and sin leads to the fire." Bukhari. Example 3. Cheating and dishonesty. Cheating and dishonesty have become rampant in our society. We often cheat on our taxes, our spouses, or our exams, without realizing the consequences of our actions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever cheats is not one of us Muslim." Example 4. Vulgarity and indecency. Vulgarity and indecency have become normalized in our media and entertainment. We often expose ourselves to explicit content, without realizing the impact on our minds and our souls. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Modesty is a part of faith." Bukhari. Example 5. Overindulgence in social media. Spending excessive time on social media has become a normalized sin in today's society. We often spend hours scrolling through our feeds, comparing our lives to others, and wasting precious time. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The one who is most accountable on the day of judgment is the one who wastes his time." Tirmidhi. Example 6. Ignoring prayer and worship. Ignoring prayer and worship has become a normalized sin in many Muslim communities. We often neglect our daily prayers, ignore our duties to Allah, and prioritize worldly affairs over spiritual growth. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The prayer is the first thing that the servant of Allah will be held accountable for on the day of judgment." Tabarani. Example 7. Disrespecting the environment. Disrespecting the environment has become a normalized sin in today's society. We often litter, waste resources, and pollute our planet, without realizing the impact on our world and our souls. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The earth has been created for me as a place of worship and a means of purification." Bukhari. Example 8. Engaging in interest-based transactions. Engaging in interest-based transactions has become a normalized sin in many Muslim communities. We often participate in riba, usury, ignore the prohibition on interest, and prioritize material gain over spiritual growth. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Riba is one of the greatest sins." Ibn Majah. Example 9. Using foul language. Using foul language has become a normalized sin in today's society. We often use profanity, swear words, and vulgar language without realizing the impact on our souls and our relationships. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The one who uses foul language will not be accepted by Allah." Tirmidhi. Example 10. Engaging in bribery and corruption. Engaging in bribery and corruption has become a normalized sin in many societies. We often bribe officials, engage in corrupt practices, and ignore the prohibition on such actions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The one who bribes or accepts a bribe will be cursed by Allah." Ibn Majah. What is the impact of normalized sins on our lives? Normalized sins can have a profound impact on our lives and our communities. They can lead to spiritual decay, moral corruption, and even physical harm. So, how can we protect ourselves from these subtle yet dangerous pitfalls? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, advised us to be mindful of Allah, and Allah will protect you. Tirmidhi. That's all for today's video on normalized sins in Islam. Remember, my dear brothers and sisters, that we must always be vigilant and mindful of our actions. If you found this video informative, please like, share, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts and questions. Let's continue the conversation and learn together. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. May Allah reward you with goodness.